Alright, here's the so-called thermal MH370 video. Now, if you're watching this, then I'm quite sure that you've seen it before. But here's the thing. I'd like you to watch closely this time and really examine it using critical thinking and without any preconceptions. There are simply no heat gradients, no engine signatures, no temperature contrast, no physics. This isn't thermography. It's a digital color grade slapped on top of a 3D model of a Boeing 777. And the thing of it is, both the colorama effect as well as the 777 3D digital asset come included in the Video Copilot Jet Strike pack, along with everything else that was needed to make this video. No, if this were real thermal video footage, you'd see real heat bloom from the engines, you'd see temperature separation on the fuselage, and you'd see motion-consistent gradients. But in this clip, nothing. Because it isn't measuring anything. It's just pretending. What you're looking at here is a video of what a digital composite artist thought an airplane would look like in a thermal imaging camera. It simply bears no resemblance to reality because it isn't based in reality.
Hey folks, quick break here to thank another one of today's sponsors, AeroVision's Integrated Systems, the world's leading provider of technically unimpressive-looking and ultimately fake-as-hell surveillance footage for the chronically terminally online. Are you a D-tier internet theorist who went all in on a hoax and now can't walk it back because you've tied your entire online persona to being the orb guy who knows the truth about a teleported airplane? AeroVision's has your back. Their award-winning visual deception division has spent more than a decade perfecting the art of making CGI look just believable enough that someone with no understanding of physics, no aviation knowledge, and no shame will swear that it's probably, most likely definitely, real. They proudly offer mil-spec contrail removal filters for when your fake UFO needs to pop into frame without disturbing so much as a molecule of air. Thermal Vision Ultra Low, the only infrared camera designed for use in Adobe After Effects via the Video Copilot Jet Strike pack that correctly simulates what a toddler thinks thermography looks like. The Orb Forge 3000, an AI-assisted mystery orb generator with a slider marked Increase Nonsense, perfect for users who want their hoax to feel mysterious but leave a shit ton of wiggle room on the whole scientific accuracy thing. And of course, their flagship Leak Starter upload portal, helping clients anonymously upload their creations to YouTube while pretending it was leaked from a government server and not exported from Adobe After Effects at 2 a.m. while expelling serious hot pocket farts. AeroVision's Integrated Systems, when you absolutely, positively must fool at least 3 Redditors and a podcaster who hasn't read a physics book since 8th grade and needs views so badly that they'll platform absolutely any nutter with a following, trust AeroVision's Integrated Systems. Now, back to reality and our fantastic video.
Now here's what genuine thermal imaging looks like. Notice the engines. Unmistakable white-hot heat signatures. The cockpit windows? You can literally see the captain because thermal picks up his body temperature. The fuselage shows clear temperature gradients, and everything moves and changes exactly the way physics demands. And that right there really is the truth of it. Physics demands certain things in the real world. It doesn't afford some grifter the option of choosing how the physical, material world does and doesn't behave. Which is why the story keeps changing. Ashton isn't analyzing anything. He's improv theorizing over a hoax that he either knows full well is, in fact, a hoax, or he is so deluded that his mind continues to, over and over again, reshape the lies needed to keep his delusion alive. This is the real world, however. This here is real thermography. Measurable heat, consistent contrast, and actual data. Compare that to the MH370 clip, and it's night and day. One is real technology. The other is a cause-play filter. One is of a digitally generated fiction, one that Ashton is quite intent on getting you to believe is real. The other is of reality. the world as it is, and it doesn't particularly care about what you or I want to believe is real. I actually don't believe that even half the folks who say that they think the MH370 videos are real actually believe that they are. I think it's much more likely that they're individuals who are more predisposed to believing in the supernatural or not easily explained than others. They're mostly good and decent people who simply want to believe that there's way cooler shit in this world than some shadowy alphabet government agency is willing to let us have. And once they said, "I think those videos are probably real," that was it. They'd chosen a side, and they'll be damned if you or me or anyone else gets them to change sides. Even the mere perception of turning on your side elicits an almost visceral reaction. So changing your mind about something, even about something as relatively trivial as whether or not you believe that a thoroughly debunked pair of VFX videos are real, becomes increasingly rare. I'd ask you to consider this, however, that at the end of the day, it actually takes more strength, more intellectual honesty, and frankly more courage to take a step back and re-examine something than it does to just keep doubling down, endlessly, and on blind faith. Anyone can dig their heels in. Anyone can cling to a story because it's comfortable or familiar. Just about any asshole can do that. It's as easy gets. But being willing to say, maybe I was misled here, maybe I got fooled on this one, that's not weakness. That's maturity. That's wisdom. That's discernment. And that's how you grow. And here's the key point. Realizing and accepting that the MH370 videos were a hoax, that they're faker than a $3 bill and always have been, that doesn't invalidate everything else you believe. Hell, it doesn't invalidate anything else you believe in. It doesn't mean that Bigfoot doesn't or cannot exist, or that UFOs aren't real, or that any and every other topic you're interested in suddenly collapses under the weight of your having accepted that you were sold a bag of poop and told that it was potpourri. It simply means this specific thing was a lie, and a manufactured lie at that. Being deceived once doesn't make you gullible. Refusing to consider the possibility that you were does. So if you're watching this and you're realizing the MH370 videos weren't what you were told they were, well, good. That's not the end of the world. That's actually the beginning of thinking for yourself and not just ascribing a belief to an ever-changing, manic narrative of a discredited grifter. Thank you, sincerely, for your time and watching. Please stay tuned for the next MH370 Truth in Frame video, because we're just getting started. Until next time.
He came rolling out of nowhere, just a pasty Wi-Fi king, with lots of burner accounts, a Twitch ban and YouTube live stream, screaming about orbs and covert black ops. And if you didn't believe him, you're just another psyop.